Hey there, welcome to Cars4.com. My name is Matt, and in today's video I'm going to be walking you through the steps needed to list your car for free on Craigslist.org. So if you have a couple minutes, just sit back, relax, prepare to take a couple notes, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we are on the Craigslist location page. If you're taken to this page, you'll be able to choose what location you want to sell your car from, which is generally the city and state and the county that you live in. If you're not taken to this page, it's possible that you're going to be taken directly to the page that Craigslist expects you to sell from based on your IP address. So from this page, for me, I live in Washington State on the border right just north of Oregon. So the closest city to me is actually Portland, which is located in Oregon. So what we'll do here is scroll down to Oregon and choose Portland. And from here, we'll be able to start a listing on Craigslist.org to sell our car. Now, if you don't have an account at Craigslist.org, you'll need to open one, which is actually very easy to do. Just look up here at the top, right underneath the Craigslist heading, and you'll see Posted Classifieds and My Account. You'll want to click My Account. All you need to do to sign up for an account is click the Sign Up for an Account link at the very bottom, enter in your email address, the verification here, and then click Create Account. What will happen is Craigslist will send you a verification email, and you'll just need to click the confirmation link, and then they will have you create a new password. Since I already have an account here, I'm going to go ahead and just get logged in. And once you're logged in here, you'll then want to click Post to Classifieds, and this is where we will create our ad to sell our vehicle. Most of this is going to be self-explanatory. It's going to be intuitive. It's just a couple steps. So here we're looking at what type of posting is this, and this is going to be a for sale posting. Next we'll choose our category. There's going to be two different options, one being cars and trucks by dealer and the second being cars and trucks by owner. So if you're a dealer, you'll want to choose by dealer, and if you're a private owner, then you'll want to choose by owner. The next thing you'll choose is your county, or the county closest to you. In my case, it's Clark, Cowlitz, Washington. Something important to keep in mind here too is that Craigslist will list your ad in your county as well as in the city, the biggest city closest to you, which in my case is Portland. So the ad I'm creating here will be listed in the Portland Craigslist ad, as well as the Clark Cowlitz Craigslist ad. It's important to keep that in mind because some people like to post more than once, which trips Craigslist duplicate content filter, and they won't actually let you create multiple ads that way. So just keep that in mind that your ad is being listed in two different places. So this is the main creation screen for your listing. I already actually have a listing all ready to go, which I'm going to go ahead and grab here. And I'm going to briefly explain it, explain the ad in detail, so you know why I'm listing certain descriptions about the car and certain information about the car. So go ahead and post that in here. Okay, and we'll go ahead and start from top and work our way bottom. So for the title, what I like to do is list what exactly it is I'm selling, and then a brief description of its quality or what it might look like or how well it runs. To me, that'll get more click-throughs and more eyeballs than just posting the year and the make and the model. It's more likely to catch someone's attention. So what I have here for sale is a 2001 Toyota Echo. Runs Runs great, very clean. For example, maybe you have a Toyota truck. It might run great, body's rough. Or you might have a Tahoe. Poor gas mileage, very clean, very roomy. Something along those lines. Next we'll enter in our price. And my price based on Kelley Blue Book was $2,800. And for the specific location, I like to enter in my city as well as enter in the closest city to me, which in this case would be Portland. So I live in Vancouver, and the city closest to me is Portland. I like to do this in case someone is viewing this ad from somewhere else, they're not familiar with the area, then they know I'm in Vancouver, I'm also in Portland. It's so close by, I'm literally 5 minutes from Portland. So this will let other people know that I am near both locations. Now the next thing you want to concern yourself with is the email address. There are a couple different ways, or different couple things you can do here with the email address. The first thing you can do is just go with the email address associated with your Craigslist account. However, I don't really like to do that because you get lots of spam emails. So your next option is to hide it. Now, when you hide your email address, it's important to know that you're going to want to list some form of communication in your ad. So it'll be an email that you don't mind getting spammed, or maybe a phone number, just some other way, just some method for potential customers to get a hold of you. The option I like to go with is the anonymize, which means your email will be hidden and Craigslist will replace it with their own email address. And what potential buyers will need to do is use that email address, and when they send their email to that address, it'll redirect to your email on the Craigslist account. So this is the option I prefer to go with. Okay, so the next is the description itself. What I like to do is start with briefly describing the car, and then I work my way from the motor to the interior, and then I describe any history of the car, any brief history. So I'll go ahead and run through my ad real quick. So it says, I'm selling my 2001 Toyota Echo. It gets great gas mileage, doesn't take much to fill up, and it's a solid car for a first-time driver or college student. Then the next part of my listing, I list the size of the motor, whether it's a front-wheel drive or two-wheel drive, front wheel, rear wheel, two-wheel, or four-wheel drive, and the mileage. It's really important to list those because most people are going to ask if you don't. Most people are interested in the mileage on your car. They want to know, if your car's only got 20,000 miles on it, it's a much better buy than a car that's got 100,000 miles on it. If your car's got a 1.5 liter engine, it's going to be less power but more gas conservative than a car that has a 5 liter engine in it. The next thing I cover is the interior, the shape of the interior. So in my case, I mentioned, well, actually I go over the outside then the inside. So in this case, the car has not been in any accidents. However, there is wear and tear. There's some scratches and scuffs in the paint, small chip in the windshield. The interior is clean, no cracks or broken plastic. And then I mentioned that a CD player was installed, which is an upgrade from the stock standard AM/FM player. And that's about all that I list in regards to the equipment on the car and how it looks. To get a better idea of what you might list in your ad, I suggest that you go to carswhore.com/sale, and under tips 3 and 4, you'll get a better idea of what you should list in your ad. So you see mileage, year, make, model, any defects, optional equipment, how many owners, service records, etc. Next, I cover whether or not we're the first owner of the car, which in this case we are. And then I also mentioned that the car has been taken care of and all the services have been done on time, all the maintenance intervals. So I think the first one's probably at 5 or 10,000 or 30,000, and then it goes up to 60,000, 90,000, however they work. It varies from car to car. But I mentioned that all the services have been done on time, and we have receipts for those, and that all worn parts were replaced as needed, and those have receipts as well. And the reason why I mentioned all worn parts have been replaced as needed is because I want to show the potential buyer that we've taken care of the car and not let any mechanical problems linger too long, because most mechanical parts or mechanical problems that linger too long generally lead to bigger problems. So for example, if you didn't take care of your brakes right away when you needed them, it's possible that you warped your rotors. So that leads to just a bigger expense. It also shows that you've taken care of it, and the potential buyer won't fear of any maybe hidden mechanical problems. So that's what I like to explain in my ad. Next, I list the price of the car, what I'm willing to accept, and any conditions. So the price is $2,800. And one thing important to note is that I don't list OBO or best offer, which is a recommendation from cars4.com. It makes it look a little desperate to sell, but at the same time on Craigslist, you're also going to prevent getting emails from people lowballing you. I want $2,800 for my car. I don't want offers for $1,500. It's just kind of a waste of time. Something else that's important to note is that I also list that I'm not accepting trades, which is huge on Craigslist. Craigslist, if you don't list that you're not accepting trades, you'll be getting emails from people wanting to trade all kinds of stuff, from electronics to dishwashers to whatever, for your car. So if you don't want a dishwasher in exchange for your car, then make sure you let people know that you're not accepting trades, or that if you are accepting trades, what you're willing to trade your car for. I also list that no offers through email will be entertained without anyone checking the car out first. In other words, I want people to come and look at my car before they actually give me an offer. In my mind, that shows that they're more serious. And once again, it just prevents your time from being wasted. Last, I also list that test rides are only available to those with insurance and cash check in hand. The reason for that is I don't want someone coming from Craigslist and say, oh, I want to test drive your car, and they just get in your car and just drive around, have fun, kind of a joyride. I also want to make sure they have insurance in case they take my car and run it into a ditch. And I want to make sure they have cash on hand, again, just to make sure that in the case that they do run it in the ditch, or, I just want to make sure they're more serious. So I want people with insurance and cash check in hand. Last, I list my contact information, which in this case, I let them know that they can contact us through the Craigslist email. And I also provide a cell phone number for them to contact me through as well. And that's my ad in a nutshell. Again, if you have any questions, definitely check out cars4.com/sale, where you can get more tips on what exactly to include in your ad. Now, I highly recommend you include a picture or two as well. I would include at least one of the front and back of the car, maybe the sides and the interior. And if you have any damage on the car, I would include those as well. So I'm actually going to go ahead and show you how to do that as well. Right here on the bottom, we're going to go ahead and click Add/Edit Images. As you can see here, Craigslist only gives you the option for 4 images. So if you want to upload more than 4, for example, just doing the front and back and the sides would be 4 images, you might want to go ahead and make a collage of some sort. That way you can include more images than just one. So I'm going to go ahead here and add an image that I have all ready to go. This isn't my Toyota Echo. Ours was actually totaled, but it looks exactly the same. So, and you can see here the green circle means that Craigslist accepted it. And then down here at the bottom, there you'll see a check mark box asking you if it's okay for others to contact you about other service, products, or commercial interest. If you check this, you run the risk of having anything related to cars and selling cars contacting you through email. So you might get detailers, dealerships, maybe asking you if you want a new car, loans, banks, etc. I generally leave this unmarked for every ad that I post just to reduce the amount of spam I get from posting on Craigslist. Not that you should expect to get spam on Craigslist, but if you're not careful, you will. For example, like a phone number here might run the risk of getting spammed. If you leave, your email anywhere, you will get spammed. People will find a way. So once you have all that done, we're going to go ahead and click continue. And on this page, you'll be able to review your ad. You'll want to double check and make sure the ad describes the car in the best possible way. It's honest. Your spelling is spot on. You have your contact information there. You have the things like the engine, the mileage, any upgrades, and then of course your photo. Everything looks good, so we're going to go ahead and click continue. If it doesn't look good, if you need to edit it, go ahead and click edit again. Okay, in my case, I actually created an ad already for the purpose of this video, and this is exactly what will happen to you if you happen to create duplicate ads or ads that are very similar. So I actually already have an ad here. On this page, it would actually tell you to go verify the ad through email. And I'll go ahead and show you what my ad looked like once I did that. Actually, I still might have that saved here. Okay, so the ad that you'll actually get is here. So it'll ask you to post, edit, or delete your ad. And the confirmation link will be about halfway toward the bottom here. It'll say follow the web address below to publish your ad, edit, verify your email address, or delete it if you choose. And you'll want to go ahead and click this ad to do that. You are finished editing, thanks. Read all of this to see your changes, and of course you can use these buttons to edit it, you can delete it, and then within about 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes, your ad will be live. And then once your ad is live, you'll be able to go to the cars and truck section under the for sale heading, and you'll be able to see your ad. And like I said, it might be 5, 10, or 15 minutes, so our ad's not actually live yet. And then in case it does sell, or you decide maybe not to sell it, you can go to My Account, and you'll see the listing here for each ad that you post. And you'll see the status, the manage option for edit or delete, and then the posting. And in my case, I'm not actually listing a car for sale, it's just purely a demonstration, so we're going to go ahead and delete my ad. And that's all there is to it. Well, that wraps up our tutorial on how to sell your car on Craigslist.org. If you have any further questions or would like some advice on how to list your car for sale, check out cars4.com/sale. Thanks for watching.